It's time we took the POTA cycle out for a ride. Howdy everybody, Steve here, KM9G. Today I find myself this close to a POTA park near an RV park. So I'm gonna take the bike and a new antenna and we're gonna go to the park. This is kind of an antenna review, but there's a twist to it because every antenna works. I've proven that, I've shown that, I've demonstrated that over and over again. Every single antenna works. Can I get this antenna on the air and make a contact in my log in less than 15 minutes? Not going to include the ride time because the POTA cycle is not that fast of a bike. But we got to get loaded up and get ready. This park is a state wildlife management area or something along those lines, so no picnic tables, no pavilions, no benches, no nothing. I've got this Apache 4800 case that I mounted up to the motorcycle. First thing in, that's actually a camp chair. That's how small that camp chair folds up. So that's going to be the debut of the camp chair also. And then we've got the antenna. This is the JPC 12 antenna that I'm going to bring along today. And that Apache case may look full, but I still got another case to put in it. This is my Xiegu X6100. Will it close like that? And latch, yes, awesome. And then just to give me that extra little bit of win factor, I've got the Denko battery. This is a 3 amp hour battery that you can get from Dennis, and this is gonna get me 10 watts out of my Xiegu. That's not going anywhere. Mandalorian GPS navigation activated.
This is the way.
Let's go. Hey Mando, is this the turn?
This is the way.
Thanks, buddy. Let's take a quick look around the Joel Marsh Wildlife Management Area. This is actually like the upper corner of it, and somewhere in that direction is the Joel Flowage. I told you there was no place to sit, but what I didn't tell you was there's a couple of good places to lay down here. Some people's kids, man. So I'm reminded of one of the things that my buddy Mike told me about preparing for a trip, KE0VIM, the traveling ham. Mike, thanks for reminding me. We kind of take this stuff for granted because we do it all the time, but always, 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 when you're back at your house, on the tailgate of your truck, at a picnic table, kitchen table, whatever, go through your gear and make sure that all the stuff you have works and connects to each other. Because if I would have come out here without coax, that would have been a problem. I didn't come out here without coax. I promise. Thanks, Mike. Antenna, radio, battery, chair. I think I might activate sitting next to the bike. I could have activated sitting on the bike, but we'll do it this way instead. And the countdown begins now. All right, radio's ready. Cool thing about this chair is it swivels. So if I get bored making contacts, I can just swivel. If you know me, you know I love go bags, and the fact that this antenna comes with a go bag just makes it that much more sexy. I have come in here and I've added two things to it. One is the coax from our friends over at ABR Industries. It's got a built-in choke. And the other one was that I put the ground radials. The ground radials do come with the antenna, but I put them on a 3D printed winder. Make sure I hold on to the end of the coax. I was ready to throw the whole coax out in the field. Let's put that way. Over under for the win. And then this side here can plug right into the radio. Let's just assume I'm awesome enough to do this one-handed and that I got it done. Totally not faking getting this done with one hand. This is one of those coil-loaded vertical antennas, and depending on which band you want to get on, you can use the extenders. The coil goes in the middle instead of at the bottom, which is kind of interesting. And this has M10 threads instead of 3/8 24, but you can get those adapters really cheap, and I'll even link one down in the description for you. So we have the ground spike to get that done, and we have the adapter to go from ground spike connector to antenna connector to coax connector. It's currently mud season here in Wisconsin, so this is going to be super easy to get put into the ground. That's not going anywhere. Where's my coax? This one I have kind of an assist because the adapter isn't going to move around. So I can actually do this one one-handed, just like I did the other one one-handed. Oh, there's a turtle over there. Get this done so we can show you the turtle. There it is. I know that turtle's not running away. Well, I mean, he is running as fast as he can go. Hey, buddy. Good looking turtle, but they smell. Next up is the tubes. I'm gonna put them all on. Probably don't need them all, but I'm gonna put them all on anyway and see. And if I was really smart and I knew that I was racing against the clock, then I probably would have brought the antenna bag down here to where I'm assembling the antenna, and that would have saved me all these walking back and forth trips. All right, same thing. Screw that in. I can do this one-handed also. And these are radiators for the antenna. These will have signal going through them. I only have 2 parts left and I got enough hands to carry them, so we're not bringing the bag down. The coil's got 2 markings on it, one for 20 and one for 40, and the whip. I am 6'2". I'm standing on the ground right next to it. That coil is at my shoulder, and then the whip goes up to there. So I will be able to extend this because of how tall I am. But you might want to extend it first and then put it on. Totally up to you. Let's get this whip extended. Oh, just hit the tree. Make sure when you are extending stuff like this that you look out for overhead power lines and other obstructions. It's a pretty tall whip. Let's see how tall that is. I'd say that's about 8 foot tall. I'll get you a real measurement when we get back to the shack, and I'll insert a card here as if I actually knew all along and had planned this out. We're on the 20-meter landing spot at the top of the band. We've got all 4 poles in. Haven't read the instructions. Maybe 4 poles is 2 poles too many, but we'll find out. Not only did I not read the instructions, but I forgot the ground radials. We're gonna go put those on now too. So I was wrong, there is one more trip from the bike back to the antenna. I'd recommend that any time that you are doing work with this antenna, that you take the whip off so that you don't break it. And then the ground radials connect underneath of this antenna adapter. This is not my normal ground radial system, and depending on how I feel, maybe I'll keep this with the kit, maybe I'll switch it over to my ground radial system. It's not terribly important. It's not gonna lose the race. It will lose me a power pole if I do switch over. Put the whip back on, and then I gotta spread the radials out. Follow me while I spread out my radials. You followed me up, but you didn't follow me around. So you can see that I have the radials going off in 5 different directions. This is data cable way back when. And so what I did, there's 10 strands of it that they send you. I broke them off into 5 sets of 2. Each one of these is 2 wires. You can break them off into 10 sets of 1 if you want, or you can leave it as 1 solid radial. You can do whatever you want to do. It kind of doesn't matter. Like, more ground radials is more better, but it's also more trouble. More people to step on them, more things for them to get tangled into, that kind of stuff. The Velcro strap here, fantastic for holding that on the winder. Get back over to the radio and get this thing tuned up. The camera always likes to focus on my reflection. Hi, y'all, instead of actually on the screen, so I'll just have to give you kind of an idea of what's going on. Let's do app button, and let's do SWR scan, and she's flat across the bottom already. I'm actually kind of surprised at that. So let's exit the app, and let's get to a spot, get our power turned up. Power's all the way up. You're talking about a parachute mobile on the Maritime Mobile Network. Interesting. Somebody just called. Could this be my lucky break?
No joy there. Okay, just one more here. Let's see. We'll head it down here. Let's see. Yeah. Stand by one. Line 40, kilowatt box.
Oh, that's a net. I'm not going to get into the net.
5, Harper's Ferry in West Virginia, QRZ.
Kilo Mike 9 Golf.
I got Kilo Mike.
Holy moly. Kilo Mike 9 Golf. Kilo Mexico 9 Germany. KM9G.
Kilo Mike 9 Golf. I have you 5555. Yourself?
QSL to 5.5, I'll give you a 5.9. I am up in Turtle Lake, Wisconsin at 10 watts.
Roger, roger. Well, thank you for the contact. You have a great afternoon. 73.
73.
Kilo Bravo 3, Whiskey Alpha Victor is 0735 Harper's Ferry, QRZ.
Harper's Ferry, West Virginia from Turtle Lake, Wisconsin. Didn't even have to tune the antenna. I told you it was gonna work. And it counts because it's a park to park on top of that. Let me get back to her and get her my park number, and then I'll get back to finishing up this activation. Well, that was Carrie. I got so excited that I forgot to get my log set up. So now I'm getting the log set up. I am using hammers, so I got to get this thing all figured out. She's in Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. So I'll put that down there. And I'm on the 20 meter band, and my power is 10 watts. And my park is Joel Marsh State Wildlife Area, US 4295. US 4295. Joel Marsh State Wildlife Area, EN35. Club call sign is KT0ADS. S. K-Toads. And I am in Wisconsin, and if it matters to anybody, my county is Polk, but I'm actually right on the border of Polk and Barron. I mean, not right on the border, but close enough. So I'm gonna hit save. We've got 1 QSO in the log. We did do the 15-minute thing. It was kind of cheating. I would expect that occasionally you'd need to lengthen or shorten the whip to get it tuned into band, and I didn't have to do that, so I don't have to show you how to do that. I just plugged it in, turned it on, and made a contact at 10 watts from Wisconsin to West Virginia. I'd call that a big W. Actually, technically it's 2 big W's. Or is it 3? Let's get the rest of this park activated. I gotta find a clear signal. Clear frequency, you know what I meant.
QSL, got you about a 5-5, November Yankee, 739 on out there.
Copy the 55, 73, thank you. All right, this is Kilo Mike 9 Golf going QRT. Thanks for the contacts, everybody. Power off. Awesome. That was great. This is the JPC 12 antenna, and she got her done. I just put it up. I set it to the 20 meter marker that they had indicated right here, and got on the air. They do suggest that you move it down about 20 centimeters to get it to be on frequency. I would do it from the bottom because I'm at the ground level here, but it works, and that's the fine tuning thing. That's where you adjust for your local soil conditions and your ground conditions and foliage and all kinds of other stuff. There's not a whole lot of foliage here because it is still mud season in Wisconsin. Spring hasn't exactly sprung yet, but it's a nice day out and I enjoyed being on the air. It's been a while since I've done a POTA. A little rusty, afraid I wasn't gonna make it. We did get our first contact from no antenna to radio station activated in 15 minutes. It was actually faster than 15 minutes. It wasn't bad at all. But that's the thing with the antennas. They all work, but can you make them work? And that's what I find interesting about this hobby. I love trying out different antennas in different configurations and just seeing what's going to work. You can chase perfection, or you can get on the air and make contacts. I like getting on the air and making contacts. Maybe you like perfection. Let me know in the comments down below. On your way down there, you'll pass by the subscribe button and you'll pass by the description, and both of those are awesome. The subscribe button will help me get to 100,000 subscribers this year, which is my personal goal, and then the description will tell you where to get this antenna and that radio and all kinds of other stuff that I used on this activation today. One of the things that I forgot to mention back at the park, yeah, you can do all of this with a 17-foot whip without any of the extra hullabaloo, any of the extra mumbo jumbo that's out there. But one of the things that you can't do with a 17-foot whip is go below 20 because there just ain't enough whip there for it. So that's where the coil comes in and the different poles and so forth. So you can do any band 6 through 40. With a little bit of creativity, you can do more bands than that too. There is a video right over here I think you'll enjoy next. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see you over there. All right, Mandalorian navigation system, take me home.
This is the way.
Look at me. I'm the captain now. Is your depth of field going to be good enough to get me all the way back here?